My name is Ethan. This is a story about someone I knew personally, not a rumor, not something I read online, someone I worked with and trusted. About 15 years ago, I worked at a car dealership in the Seoul metropolitan area. The dealership wasn't large, but we still had around 15 salespeople working there. Like most dealerships, new hires came and went quickly. The job is stressful, competitive, and not everyone can handle it. There was one senior salesman everyone feared. I'll call him Mr. Park. He was in his early 30s, physically intimidating, loud, aggressive, and openly abusive. He didn't care about hierarchy. He talked down to everyone, especially new hires. But the reason no one stopped him was simple. He sold well. As long as his numbers were good, management looked the other way. Because of him, new employees rarely lasted more than a few weeks. One day, a new hire joined us, late 20s, quiet, polite. I'll call him Min. From the first day, Mr. Park targeted him. He forced Min to wash cars constantly, polish tires over and over, run errands, and endure humiliating tests. If Min didn't know an answer, Mr. Park screamed at him. He made Min stay late, dragged him out drinking until early morning, then expected him to show up on time the next day. Min never complained. No matter how badly he was treated, he bowed and apologized. He accepted everything with a calm smile. Even when Mr. Park crossed the line and insulted Min's parents, Min restrained himself. One day when Mr. Park became physical and hit him, Min was held back by co-workers. He bowed deeply and said he would work harder and never talk back again. From that day on, something changed. Min became obedient, too obedient. He followed Mr. Park everywhere, did every errand without question, covered for his mistakes, took responsibility for things that weren't his fault. It went on like this for more than 6 months. Eventually, Mr. Park stopped hitting him. Instead, he treated Min like property. About a year later, an incident happened. Min was accused of taking a customer's car payment and putting it into his personal account. The customer waited months for a vehicle that never came. Police got involved. Min's parents paid the full amount and compensation to settle the case. Min was fired. What disturbed us was that Min never defended himself. He never explained. He just said, "I caused trouble," and disappeared. About a year later, Mr. Park didn't show up to work one morning. Later that day, we found out he had been attacked in the lobby of his apartment building. Someone had waited for him and severed both of his Achilles tendons. The attacker was never caught. Mr. Park survived, but he could barely walk again. Months later, Min contacted me. He asked to meet for coffee because he was considering buying a car. When we met, he looked completely normal, cheerful, polite, friendly. We talked about cars, then naturally about Mr. Park. When I told him Mr. Park would likely never fully recover, Min looked genuinely surprised. The next day, Min came to the dealership to visit him. Mr. Park immediately began insulting him again, mocking him, belittling him, even while using crutches. Min calmly warned him to stop speaking that way. Mr. Park tried to strike him. Min effortlessly blocked him. In front of everyone, Min humiliated him without laying a finger on him. After that, Min visited often. Too often. He showed concern, helped him, supported him, stayed close. A few months later, Mr. Park stopped coming to work again. This time he was found dead in his apartment. Because he couldn't walk properly, he had tied himself to a door handle. The police ruled it a suicide. Min attended the funeral. He cried more than anyone. Later, while smoking outside, I told him not to blame himself, that maybe this was fate. Min looked at me and said something I still can't forget. I still have so much revenge left to give. Why did he end it so early? I cut contact with him after that. Months later, I visited Min's apartment once. On a shelf beneath the TV, I noticed several calendars, years worth, with every single day marked in red. One date was circled, the day after the attack. Later, I learned from a police officer that professional attackers are sometimes hired through brokers, foreigners, in and out of the country the same day. Almost impossible to trace. Everything clicked. Min is now working as a private instructor. He teaches children. He smiles kindly in photos. That's when I realized something worse than ghosts exists. Some people don't want revenge to end. They want to stay close and watch.